Hey, this is John Bohlinger with Premier Guitar. Today I'm with John Oliva, the tech for Collective Soul. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Hey man, tell me about this rig. Let's start with this very cool Les Paul.
Okay, so this is Jesse's rig here. He uses a 90s Les Paul Custom. It's all stock, heavy leather strap, running it through two Good Cell amps. He's got a Custom 33, which I believe is the EL34s, and a 6V, which has 6V6s, so he's got a little bit of both of British and American tones.
Sure.
Open back cabinet here, closed here. And he runs his signal stereo, because he has a bunch of stereo delays on his pedal board.
And what's this guy for? Just a backup?
This is a backup, and it gets used for one of the opening acts who's Jesse plays in as well.
Oh,
so he
okay.
uses this in the other band.
Convenient.
And this is just a 115 version of this.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yep.
And the Les Paul, what gauge strings are you running on that?
He just uses Ernie Ball 10s.
Huh, and pretty much stays on that almost all the night?
For the most part. He also has a Duesenberg semi-hollow that he uses for some of the songs. So yeah, I mean, he pretty much uses the Les Paul for the majority of the set, and he uses the Duesenberg for some of the airy stuff where he needs a semi-hollow, but those are the main two that he uses.
Great. Yeah, I love the whole black and white color coordination. Very, very cool. And also 10s on that?
10s as well.
So intonation's cool?
Plays great, yeah.
Great.
It stays, this guitar surprisingly, I mean, the bridge is pinned, nothing moves. I mean, it's,
And all stock as well?
All stock.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
It's all stock.
Well, hey, that covers the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about effects.
Sure.
Okay, so we're in pedal land. John, tell me about the whole signal flow.
Okay, so his signal comes into, well, first his wireless unit goes to his volume pedal. From his volume pedal goes to the wah, then to his compressor.
So a Keeley compressor.
Yeah, a Keeley 4-button compressor. Then out of there, we go into the AC Plus from Exotic, which he uses as a boost and as one of his gain structures. Then coming out of there, we go into the OCD, which is his main distortion. He runs the amps clean for the most part. Mm-hmm. Then we come out of those into the Micropog, and then out of the Micropog, we go into the Strymon Mobius, then the Timeline, and then finally the Big Sky. And these are his main stereo delays and reverbs and stuff. So
cool. And what's the fly rig?
That's the emergency system.
Oh, cool.
When something goes down, because I sort of inherited this board, so and to keep it as small as we can, we don't have any true bypass loopers on it. So if something goes down and it can't be figured out instantaneously, I'll just run through two cables in here, and then he'll at least have plexi. He'll have reverb, tap tempo delay.
Yeah, perfect. And I like you got an EBO on a string.
EBO on a string.
Yeah.
Got the little bouncer right there,
yeah.
so it doesn't crash too hard.
Yeah, so you only break like 5 a year.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, John, now tell me about, this is Dean's rig.
Dean's rig, pretty simple. Stock Les Paul standard from, I don't know, around 94, I think. He's used the same guitar for pretty much his career.
Wow.
He's used a couple, he used some Deans at some point, but this has always been his main guitar. He uses this and a Fender Starcaster for a song or two. Mahalo head and cabinet, it's a Atlanta guy, I believe. KT66s in here, so he gets a nice dark, kind of tight low end for a low wattage tube tone.
Right. How many watts is this pumping?
I think it's 30.
30, okay. And you're running both 412s?
Yeah.
Cool.
Both cabinets. Yeah, he's got a couple of pedals, but it's all pretty simple.
Let's go talk pedals.
Sure.
Okay, so here we are at this very modest pedal board, and he's a hardwire guy, right?
Hardwire, yeah, just runs into a volume pedal.
It's an Ernie Ball Jr.?
Yep, got the tuner send. That goes into a Morley wah.
The Bad Horsey?
Yep.
Right.
He pretty much keeps the head distorted and rides his volume, but he keeps the Mesa throttle box on there in case he needs just a little more distortion. Mm-hmm. Boss Super Chorus, EVH MXR Phase 90, He's got a Strymon Blue Sky that he uses, and the Flashback X4 is his main delay and like loop and stuff.
Cool. And powering it all with the Voodoo Labs pedal power?
That's it, old pedal power.
Yeah, geez, lean and mean.
That's it.
All right, great, man, thanks.
Cool, man.
Well, Ed, man, thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you, man. It's an honor.
So, man, originally, just to talk about the way it all happened, the way I understand it, your first album, Collective Soul, was really you kind of working almost like...
I was trying to get a publishing deal.
Oh, really?
I was in a basement, and I worked in the studio for years, and had different bands, and nothing was ever successful. And at that time, I was 30 years old, and that's kind of old and, you know, long in the tooth in rock and roll years to get your first deal.
Right.
And I just sent this disc of the Hence Allegations. I just sent it everywhere to anybody. And a college station in Atlanta started playing it, and they asked would we do a Christmas show for them. This was '93, and I called my brother, who's 10 years younger than me. All the guys are 10 years younger. We all grew up together, but you know, I was the older one. And I said, hey, y'all want to play a show? And they're like, yeah. And we got there, and it was sold out, people going nuts waiting to hear Shine, because they started playing Shine.
Right.
And then Orlando, commercial station down there, started playing it, and they called and said, hey, will you come do a show? And we're driving, of course, borrowed the parents' van, driving down there, and they had their top 5 at 5, you know, Pearl Jam, STP, King's X, I forget who else. And at number 1, I remember they said, a band somewhere around Atlanta, Collective Soul, number 1. And I remember we just pulled the van over, and it was like, what is going on? Like, it just exploded really quick. We charted before we had a label, and then literally rehearsed in my parents' basement and went on tour with Aerosmith.
Wow. And so back then, during those initial recordings, you were doing all the electric work yourself, right?
Correct.
But now on tour, you're playing primarily acoustic.
Well, when you have people like Jesse Triplett playing guitar with you, you just stay out of the way. That's my job now, to stay out of the way when you have somebody that good. And Dean's a great guitarist too. So with 2 electrics, and I used to play electric a lot, but a lot of that was just we didn't know where the sound fit. Now I'm more comfortable being a front man and not playing guitar much at all, but when I do, to play acoustic, that way the timbre kind of fits in there a little bit better, you know, and I stay out of it. I still just try to stay out of their way.
But, I mean, those tracks are deep, heavy guitar. I mean, there's a ton of parts, it seems like.
There can be. We listen on the new one, we try to keep it simple, because I wanted left, right, and if there needed to be acoustic or piano, I would do that. But, you know, we have fun with the tones, and I'm a big fan of solos. I think that's a missing art form in today's rock and roll and music. And when Jesse came on board, I was like, dude, you're gonna play solos. That's part of what I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I want that back in, you know, the music I write. And it was so fun to watch him do solos, because he can be technical, and he is technical, but like he's like the rest of us. We all kind of grew up in the church, so there's a lot of just feel and emotion, and it was just fun to watch him play solos and just put it together.
Right.
Just to me, solos should be like, Elliot Easton's my favorite lead guitarist of all time from the
Oh
Cars.
yeah, Cars, awesome.
You can sing his solos, and that's what I tried to explain to Jesse. It's such an intricate part of the song. It's not just, it's a melody in itself, and I want people to be able to sing that solo.
Right.
So, getting back to your original question, I just stay out of the way now.
Hey, well, tell me about the guitars you are playing on tour right now.
I'm playing Breedlove. I went and met these cats. They're out of Bend, Oregon, and a friend of mine worked with them that used to work at Atlantic, our old label. And I went up there, and I happened to have my engineer, and he also mixes the records. He was up there. We kind of made it a vacation kind of thing. We had a couple of shows, spent a couple of days in Bend, went to the factory, and I saw the way they were built, the pride in which they were built, and they had a showroom. And I was like, man, I sat down, and the cool thing is I had Sean, our engineer, Grove, and I would play. And it's one thing to play and you feel it, but to have somebody to hear what that guitar does out there was so important. And literally went through like 20 guitars, and we were like, he's like, how does that feel? I was like, it feels great. And he goes, sounds great. And I was like, I'll take this one. They were like, we'll make you I was like, no.
Yeah.
I want this one.
Yeah. So is that one, that 12 string?
That's it.
What model is that?
You're asking the wrong man on things like that, because I'm not good with numbers. Let's see what it says here. Legacy. I should know that. I knew that.
Okay, that's an easy one.
Legacy.
With a bag system in it.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to switch back and forth and find that right vibe of, you know, for live.
Right. It's an under the saddle and then a microphone combination.
Now I haven't been able to record with it yet, but the cool thing is, like I said, I have an engineer there because the record was already done.
Yeah.
Actually, I take it back. I did solo work with it, and it just sounds amazing. Just sometimes 12 strings can be, to me, too bright, so they kind of just hurt. And this one, to me, was just right on, especially when I heard it recording.
Very cool. And then the 6-string?
Yep. And let's see what model that is. I don't even know that one either. I'm the dude that picks a guitar up, and I either like it. I don't care where it's made. It's got to talk to you. It's got to give you that energy.
You've got a ton of guitars.
I have
right?
157 guitars.
Wow. That's
and counting. Just don't tell my wife.
Yeah, right. That's a cautionary tale. 157.
Actually, I do that. I ship it to friends now, and that way she doesn't see it come in the actual door.
Right. That old trick.
That old trick. I do. Every time she's like, "How many do you need?" I'm like, "I don't know that number yet. I don't know."
Yeah.
But I love guitars because when I get a new guitar, to me, I just want to be a songwriter. And to me, I write a song when it excites me. I feel that energy. So, and you know, they're not all great guitars or whatever, but they have a purpose. Every one I've played, and I guarantee you I've written a song on every one of them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So of these two, which one do you spend the most time on during the night?
12 string.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because early recordings I did acoustic. I had a Collins that I bought, and so I would string it, play it regular, and then I'd do the Nashville tuning. So you spread it out.
Right.
So live, you know, it's just a fake 12 string. You know how that is. So live, especially World, I know.
For you viewers out there, Nashville tuning is when you take a set of 12 string strings, you put the high set on one guitar, and then put the normal set
on the other.
Yeah.
So it's basically a 12 string, but you can split it. It gives you the stereo effect. But live, like World, I know, it works great on. And the new song on the record, "Are You the Answer," works perfect. You know, so I just love this guitar.
Yeah. Very cool. And you just run straight into a DI and then to the front of house.
Correct.
And that's it.
Correct. I did bring out a good cell amp, but it's just been working direct, so I don't even use it. But that was made specifically for this, and it sounded great. But then, I don't know, kind of get lazy in your old age. Just go, hey, let's just plug it in and go. Yeah. And if it's not broke, right, you can't fix it.
Yeah. Those old chestnuts are old chestnuts for a reason. They're true. Yeah. Well, great, man. And are you guys hitting it hard right now on the road?
We are. We're on the back end. We've got 4 more in the States. 5 more in the States. And then we head to South America for a couple of weeks, and then we'll get to be home for the holidays.
Oh, great, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, thanks for taking a minute
to
talk to us. And,
I appreciate it, bro.
Congratulations, man. Incredible success, man. You've had a crazy great run.
Well deserved. Thank you. Won the lottery.
Yeah, well, it was great work, man. You had
man.
great work, and it was just right for the right time, man.
Well,
so
thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, it's John Bohlinger. Till next time, peace out.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on PremierGuitar.com.